Hello folks and welcome back to Sew Advice here, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jess. This is my channel all about sewing, dressmaking and all things stitch related, and I'm back. I have been away I've been off YouTube for the last 3 weeks because we've been on honeymoon, which has been absolute bliss and much needed. But I am now back. I'm going to tell you all about my honeymoon wardrobe because it was a capsule wardrobe, 2 weeks, only cabin luggage, and the majority of it was me made. So stick around and we're going to chat. I realise I should have said this at the beginning, but we went to Athens, Mykonos, Naxos, Santorini, and then Crete. We went to Heraklion and then we stayed in a resort further down. So we did sightseeing and exploring and all of that, and then we finished with, because it was our honeymoon, 5 days in a very fancy resort to relax, where we were then in an earthquake, which was fun. It was a new experience. We're all okay though, don't worry, everything's fine. Okay, so we did 2 weeks with only cabin luggage. Now, we did this for a very good reason. Firstly, we're tight. We don't like spending money. We really have had some quite bad experiences with having our luggage lost. So we really didn't want to go on honeymoon with all of our beautiful stuff and our baggage not make it there with us. Plus, we were trying to save money. Secondly, and most importantly, we were island hopping through Greece. Now, on the list of things I really don't like doing, having to rush anywhere with a suitcase, having to lug a suitcase up and down cobbled streets, sets of stairs, hotels, hills, ugh, gross. So we were properly island hopping. So as a result, we used a backpack. Now, I have got no kind of sponsorship, but I'm so impressed with our backpacks. I'm going to show you mine. So we treated ourselves to these. They are 40-litre backpacks from Forclaz, sold by Decathlon. I think we got them on a deal, so we paid £110 for two, so Adam and I have exactly the same bag, so whatever that is in half, plus a bit, because they were slightly cheaper to buy two. Here is my lovely bag. So it has this fabulous zippy pocket at the back, which for day-to-day usage you can put laptops, and Adam put the iPad in there, but you can also keep your lovely travel documents flat, which is what I did. And the real MVP of the trip, the laundry sheets we used, live back here, so I'm going to come on to these in a second. Then we had big side pockets, but although it's a 40-litre rucksack and can be carried as one with straps, it opens, helpfully, like a suitcase. So let me show you, because this is essential to the honeymoon roundup. Also, yes, it's a mess behind me. I need to change the sheets. We are where we are. So it opens like a suitcase. You've got one huge pocket on this side, and then on the other side you've got two little pockets. So the bottom one here is meant to be for shoes, and then you've got another one here. I use this one mainly for toiletries, medication, and I took a blanket with us and stuff like that, so that was all in there. I didn't use packing cubes because we couldn't find any that really would fit properly in here, but we did get some laundry bags and just used those. I found them really useful. Now, I hear you asking, how on earth did you get 2 weeks worth of clothes in a 40-litre bag? We didn't. We bought these. Best thing we bought. So these are dissolvable laundry sheets. I did get them off Amazon, but they're a small business. And basically, you go into the pack and they're a sheet like this. They're perforated, so you use one sheet in a sink for one wash. You dissolve them in hot water, froth them up like bubble bath, and then you wash everything in them, and then we dried them on the balcony. And I have to say, all our clothes felt so clean. They dried really quickly, stains got off clothes really easily, and I was actually really impressed. I was kind of ready for it to be a bit half-hearted, but actually it worked really well. So what did I actually take on honeymoon? Now, I should have filmed this while I was packing, but to be honest, it was such a mad dash to pack, I forgot. Sort of core wardrobe items, I took 3 dresses. They're ready to wear, but I'm going to put them on screen anyway, because why not? This lovely green slinky one, which you can see here. A lovely black one, which is from H&M. That was a calculated purchase. I wanted a dress like this. I just didn't have time to make one, and I know it'll get worn on every trip I go on from now on. And this white dress, which is from Hollister. Similarly, it's just really beautiful. I love a white dress. I used to have one when I was younger. I used to wear all the time. Something happened to it that rendered it unwearable. And I haven't had one for years because I haven't found one I liked. But I just thought that one was really beautiful. So, and crucially, you will notice one colour and then black and white. That is a theme of the capsule wardrobe. I then brought 2 Uniqlo bandeau tops, so black and white, They've got a bra built in, so I didn't actually have to wear like a proper bra in the heat, which was great. And those tops went with everything. Onto the Made stuff. First thing was my Make 9 for this year, the NH Patterns Sienna trousers. I made these super colourful ones. I wore these almost every day of the trip. I wore these or the black trousers, I have like them, to travel. It was always one of the two because they feel like pyjamas, but the NH pattern ones have huge pockets. So they were brilliant for going on and off ferries, having to have my phone with our tickets and backpack and not having to go in. Oh, so good. They were so comfortable, so quick and easy to make. The fabric is exclusive Semi Sunshine. I was gifted it. I was allowed to choose my fabric, which was really, really nice. And yeah, that was really fun and I love it. And I literally wore them almost every day. The other ready-to-wear item, which you're going to see in this photo, and I totally forgot to mention, is I bought a white sweatshirt because, again, I didn't have time and white jersey is really hard to find or incredibly expensive. And do you know what? I'm wearing one right now. I'm quite partial to a Gap sweatshirt. I keep them for years and years and years. Like, I've had this one since 2021. I still wear it all the time. It's so, like, thin and comfy. But I wear them with everything. So again, calculated purchase. It's not going to get worn once. And it was worn almost every day of the holiday. People told me I was insane for taking a jumper to Greece. But no, firstly, ferries, so cold wind off the sea. Secondly, in May, it's really, really windy. Like really windy. And thirdly, sitting on balconies watching sunsets and sunrises, it's cold. It's cold before the sun comes out. Back to the Maids, just because you'll see it in a lot of photos. The second Made thing that I brought with me that I wore all the time was the True Bias Mauve skirt. I made this fabulous one. Again, Semi Sunshine fabric. This one wasn't gifted. I bought it at the So Yellow for Endo party this year. It's got like toucans and amphoras on it, and I thought, you know, why not? I made a maxi version of the True Bias Mauve that basically skims the floor. It felt like a hovercraft, but it was so comfy and so floaty and beautiful and great when I sunburned my legs because it just covered me fully. So the photo you can see, I've got a black t-shirt on because I burnt this bit of me by accident because it was really windy. I didn't realise how hot it was, etc, etc. But it was so perfect for just exploring and being really comfortable, and I absolutely love it. Next thing on the list is also my Make 9, and it was my Saturday set co-ord. Now, I did not wear this together as a co-ord at any point on the trip, but I wore the top and the skirt separately loads of times. So the top, the shirt version, I wore it over most of my dresses. It was a really great way when my shoulders are feeling a bit tender, because 2 weeks is long enough that even if you're, which we were, putting on sun cream every single day, really thick layers, your shoulders still get a bit tender. So being able to have that in my bag and just fling it over whatever I was wearing was great. I wore it down to the pool, over swimwear, like it was so useful. And it was really nice, and it just added a pop of colour again to like a lot of my more monochrome outfits. The skirt I wore out to dinner and I wore in the evenings. Again, nice black bandeau top, very simple skirt, threw it on, really comfy, really lightweight. Dream, absolutely loved it. Again, very quick to make. The top of the Saturday set takes quite a while, and to be honest, you can't wear it without something underneath. Like, you just can't, because it's a gap and you just see your bra and it's really weird. As I found, it works really well over something else. But the skirt took probably about half an hour to sew, which is amazing. So love that, amazing. We'll definitely be making the skirt again, but definitely. So what else did I take? I took my Closet Core Pietra shorts, the MVP of every holiday I've been on since 2021. They are brilliant. The pockets go so far down my leg so I can get my phone, both EpiPens, room keys. I even got a guidebook in there. Like, the pockets are huge. I made those in a lightweight stretch denim in 2021. Sorry, the look up is when I remember. Yeah, they're a 6-ounce stretch denim, I want to say, which is not recommended on the pattern but work really well, so I would recommend it. Just make sure it's really light and really stretchy. But they've been on every single holiday I've been on for the last 4 years. I also just wear them all summer, like they're just amazing. So Cannot recommend those enough. The final Me Made item I wore with the Saturday set tied over it in Athens, and I used it as a swimsuit cover up as well. And that is the Chalk and Notch Marcel. Now I made this last year, but I forgot to finish it. So I finished it very quickly before holiday. There were a couple of like hems to do and insides to finish and like some of the strap. It did come out of the box in Greece and it was so comfortable. Now it's like a linen blend, that fabric, and it was so light, and actually wearing it over a damp swimsuit was great because it didn't show any damp patches, which was amazing. And it's so comfy and floaty. I have two of them. I only took one on this holiday because two of the same dress felt excessive. And again, very bright and colourful. So you'll notice pretty much everything I took that was ready to wear, with the exception of my green dress, was white or black. And everything colourful I took was Me Made. Everything. Oh, I don't know if I have any footage of me in this or any photos or anything, but I did wear my Closet Call Faye bikini as well. That came with my lovely red bikini. I only wear that one in the sea because chlorine can bleach red swimwear fabric really easily. So I only ever wear that one in the sea. And also, annoyingly, I always get burnt in it. I think it's because I wear it at the sea and on the beach with the wind, you don't notice, and reflection of the sea. But I did also take that, and I was really, really chuffed with wearing it and the fact it's still being worn, considering it's not the best made thing because it's my first ever go at swimwear, but it's still holding up really strong, which is great. What was the best thing I took on holiday, Me Made wise? NH Patterns Sienna trousers, without fail. Like, absolutely best by far. Wore them almost every day. Really practical, huge pockets, really comfy, really quick sew. I'm gonna make another pair actually in like white viscose linen to take with me to conferences I'm going to this month. Without, like, everything I took was great. I didn't take anything superfluous. That is the best capsule wardrobe packing I have ever done, ever. But even then, the NH Pattern Sienna trousers really stood out. Like, when I was in Greece on our last day and I wanted to make a little reel of my outfits, and I am still going to make that, but I was looking through the videos I'd got Adam to take with me through the trip, and 99% of the videos I'm wearing those trousers in, so I turned it into how many different places can I wear these trousers? Because I really did. I wore them everywhere. I took them to the beach as well. So whenever we went to the beach, whenever we went to the pool, I took those trousers in case I overheated. Because again, like old-timey beach pyjamas, just fling them straight on and they're viscose, so they dry in seconds. Thing I took that I maybe shouldn't have, I can't think of anything. I really can't. I think I took a really solid capsule wardrobe. I mean, probably the only thing I actually didn't need is I took a pair of backup denim shorts, and I really didn't need them because it was more of a floaty skirt, trouser, Pietra shorts holiday. And I think actually I could have, if I was going to take a second pair of shorts, I should have taken a different pair. But yeah, that's probably the only thing, and that's a ready to wear item. So everything Me Made was great. And it was a proper capsule. So other stuff I took 3 bikinis because you're going in and out of the sea almost every day. So I have a blue, a white and a red one, so that different washes, fine. One of those is Me Made, the other 2 I've had for ages. I took, shoe wise, I wore a pair of proper Asics trainers. They're my recovery trainers that I wear for light runs, and I also wear them after long runs when I'm walking around, so I've got a shoe with actual foot support. And those I wore for 2 reasons. Firstly, super comfy, so for exploring days and particularly travel days, and that's what I wore. But also because on our travel days we had backpacks on, I needed shoes that had a bit more squidge to transfer the force when I was wearing my backpack, so I wasn't really like digging my feet into the floor, like I had a bit of a cushion. So I would recommend that if you're going to do the same as us. Wear like a padded shoe, wear a comfy trainer when you've got your big backpack on. I then also took a pair of flip-flops for pool, beach, flopping around. And I took a pair of sandals from June that are leather, and they're proper suede ones. I was going to buy black, like normal leather, and then they actually didn't have them in my size, and I was like, oh no, like I wanted black. But my friend pointed out to me that tan suede actually doesn't show dust, and she is correct. So Louisa, if you're watching this, you are right. Yes, They went with everything. They were really chunky and comfortable. You can see them in like almost every photo. And they were smart enough to wear with nice stuff. So I didn't take any heels. I really wanted to. I really wanted to. But just couldn't be done. I had to sacrifice somewhere. And then toiletries wise, I took sort of bare bones, loads of sun cream. I took solid shampoo from Lush, which was okay, quite drying because my hair's dyed. So I probably wouldn't do that again. I did it a few years ago and it was fine, but I don't think I'd factored in like my hair's blonde now and sort of bleached and stuff. So, and then yeah, very light makeup, which I only really wore at the all-inclusive at the end of the trip. If you are like me, quite fair, I do tan, but I burn quite easily as well on my face if I'm not careful. So I did wear like a hat for the whole trip. But I also got this sun cream from Avene, which actually, so it's factor 50, but also when you rub it on, it's like a very slight foundation colour. So if you have got a little bit pink, it does even you out whilst also protecting you. So that's my biggest sort of find of the trip. I'd never used this before, and now I don't think I'm ever going to go abroad without this again. So I hope you enjoyed this little speed roundup of my honeymoon wardrobe. I had such a great time. I had so much fun. It was great, and it's been years since I've been on like not just a holiday but like an adventure. So what's coming up? I have so nearly finished. I'm just putting the collar and cuffs and zip on my bomber jacket, so I'm going to bring you the sew along for that next weekend. I'm so excited. I know I've been dragging this out, but life has been life. Also next week, I have been nominated for an award by Asthma and Lung UK, because I'm a volunteer for them. I've been a volunteer since 2018, one of the two, and I'm actually a volunteer ambassador for them, as you guys know, and I've been nominated for a volunteer award, which is very exciting. So I'll let you know how I get on. And I've also got a huge international conference in Spain later this month. So if you would like me to do another video like this, I'm actually going to be in Barcelona for a full week. Barcelona and Tarragona actually. So if you want to see what I'm taking with me to look professional in like 35-degree heat, then let me know in the comments and I will film a little outfit vlog for you as well, and hopefully that'll be useful. But thank you so much for watching. It's so nice to be back, and I will see you guys very soon with finally my bomber jacket sew along. So see you then.